there was like a group of probably 16 girls that followed me around a mall for like an hour.
My ex broke into my house while we were all sleeping.
Every girl stalks any guy they're talking to, dating, anything.
Question I got for women: why y'all always be yapping, bro? Like, we really don't care.
We might have spent $1,000 on his credit card.
Sorry. People are shaking ass in the background, distracted.
Fight for your food.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is the worst date you've ever been on?
I'm not sure. I guess. He tried to drown me in the ocean.
Wait, what? And that didn't come to mind immediately? What? Like, actually tried to drown you? Or like, playing around a bit?
Yeah, like he's like crazy.
Did you keep seeing him after that?
No.
Okay.
Well, we were on vacation together, so I was forced to for the week. But let me tell you something else. My ex broke into my house while we were all sleeping and stole $3,000.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Were there red flags or did it come by surprise?
It was a surprise. We found out like a year later.
You didn't know that he had broken in?
No, we knew the money went missing, but we didn't know it was him.
That's wild. What is the craziest thing you've done on spring break?
I did some dirty stuff at the rock bar a couple days ago. Yeah. Don't get in that pool. That pool.
What did you do in the pool in Rock Bar?
I was not keeping a PDA either. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we just wrapped.
Craziest thing I've done, nothing that crazy yet. I'm still looking for Bonnie Blue. So Bonnie Blue, if you're out there, come back to Fort Lauderdale, because I miss you, baby.
We interviewed her the other day.
Really, how'd it go?
It was good. What would you have said to her if you were there?
I would have just told her that I want to be number 1048. She's probably a little higher than that now, but I feel like I do deserve a chance, and I feel like I could really change her life. So that's the main thing for me right now, is that I told Mike and we got to get down to Lottie, and I think we missed Bonnie Blue by a little bit, but we're gonna find her. So that's the main mission right now.
You will find Bonnie Blue. Yeah.
So is that actually appealing to men, or at least you two specifically, like a woman who does that type of work
I'd
and
say,
those types of things?
Just with Bonnie Blue, she's for the clout, honestly. We're dog chasing for that. But, that's not respectable. That's not a wifey. But you're in Fort Lauderdale, so what happens in Lottie stays in Lottie. So.
Same here?
Yeah, I don't know. I got some different opinions. I don't trust any woman anyway, so might as well have one you can't trust. That's beautiful. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Honestly, I mean, all these women are disloyal. They like to cheat. Shout out my ex for that. But if Bonnie Blue cheats on me, at least I still get to come home to a beautiful woman. So I'm cool with that,
So what would the perfect woman look like to you?
Probably Bonnie Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue.
Interesting.
Yeah, she probably would be in Florida right now if she's the perfect woman. She'd be back at home. I get done with work, making me some food. That's the perfect woman. Okay. Yeah.
What makes you uncomfortable during an approach?
What makes me uncomfortable is a guy like coming up to you and touching you. Just randomly touching you.
Don't be touchy. What would be more of a good course of action, a good step in the right direction for a guy?
Talk to them a little bit and then see if they're comfortable with you, and then that's kind of an okay to touch them, but don't just go up to them and start touching them.
So what would be the clear signs that you are somewhat interested to the potential that you may get a hug or a handshake?
See if they're touchy towards you, and if they're talking to you as much as you're trying to talk to them.
Okay, so if they're receptive, then that gives you more of an idea that they may potentially like you. What is a red flag that you have for yourself?
My red flag?
Your red flag.
I guess I stalk people, kind of.
Okay. Obviously, honestly, do a lot of girls stalk people? Because that's a pretty common thing.
Every girl stalks any guy they're talking to, dating, anything. Yeah.
Have we found any lure that is just too much for us and then we just immediately quit talking to the guy?
Anya found Anya's better for this.
Anya, where are you with this conversation?
Okay, so my boyfriend was here last week and cheated, and I had his MacBook and could see all the texts that he was texting people and all the texts he was receiving last week.
So what should be the punishment for men that cheat? What would we want to do with
The
them?
punishment you gave him.
Oh, you? Okay, let's see the punishment that she gave a man for cheating on her.
Okay. We might have spent $1,000 on his credit card.
If you like blank out the number, can you like?
Our Uber said 1,000 per girl he cheated on.
Yeah, it was 3 girls. He said we should have spent 3,000, 1,000 for each girl.
Fuck,
But
dude.
the card got maxed out. We couldn't do any more damage.
So, moral of the story: be a man, grow a pair, don't cheat on women. If you're not interested, break up with her then and there.
Yeah.
It's a way better idea. You'll actually maybe make money.
Don't cheat unless you want all your money spent.
Okay, we gave him a refund. No worry, guys. No worry.
Fuck. The nice one actually came out and said truthfully what they did, but it's all right. So it's a new topic. Obviously, men have questions for women. What is a question that you've always wanted to ask women?
You know, one question that I always ask, you know, but sometimes I don't want to know the answer, is what's your body count? You know, because I want to see where I am on the spectrum. But, like, once you know, it's kind of like, do I want to be 99? But sometimes you still just want to get it, so.
So are you usually going for the women that's body counts are higher, lower, or?
You know, sometimes I know it before it hit, or sometimes I know it after. I prefer after. That way, you know, I'm just not thinking of it.
You want to know the body count after you hit it.
After I hit it, you know, I'm like, oh, fuck.
That's a controversial topic, ladies and gentlemen.
It is, yeah.
All right, and then what's a question you've always wanted to ask women?
First off, I just want to say he's a little crazy for that because I don't want to know regardless. You do your thing, I'm going to do my thing. Question I got for women, why y'all always be yapping, bro? Like, we really don't care. I'm not going to lie to you. At least me personally, I really don't care. I don't care what your coworker did. I don't care who said what about your drama. I don't really care. So stop yapping. I'm just not feeling it, especially sorority.
The sorority girls always be yapping too much, you know?
Are we in a frat?
No frat.
Okay, no frats.
That's not lifestyle. I can't handle it.
Yeah, that's fully understandable. We'll go with, we'll go with you. What is the douchiest thing a guy can have on their dating profile?
Looking for a throuple. You'd be surprised.
What's up? I'm here with
Isaiah Schmidt.
having like some level of a following. Do you ever have to deal with like fake friends, and how's that something you navigate?
No, I keep my circle kind of small, to be honest. I don't really entertain people's stupidity, so I keep my circle small, man.
What type of content do you make?
I make a lot of thirst traps, dancing videos, you know. I make some hauls, you know, just that type of stuff.
Okay. And what's your dream with everything?
Honestly, be able to see places, meet new people, make cool friends, and yeah, just enjoy it.
What's the best collab you've ever done?
I just started collabing. I did a collab yesterday. Hopefully more to come. So really, the one yesterday.
Okay. Who was the person?
Her name's Kayla.
Kayla?
Yep, she's from here, from Fort Lauderdale. I can't pronounce her last name, or else I would.
What made it so great?
You know, great people. Her and her brother were really awesome. They're really chill, fun, and it's always fun just to make videos, man.
You're in the limelight.
What?
You're in the limelight.
What does that
It's
mean?
your time to shine.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What is the worst date you've ever been on?
Probably this guy took me to go walk around this like old like park, and it had a bunch of bugs, and I got like 50 million bug bites. And then he had his dad pick him up.
What could have made the date better?
Just not going there. Going to like dinner, getting food, anything but that.
Is food like your ideal date?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten walked up to and been like, oh my God, you're that guy? Have you had that yet?
Like with the following?
Yeah, if someone like walks up to you
yeah,
knowing
all
you
the
off of the video. How does that feel? Is it ever too overwhelming?
It's pretty cool. Sorry. People are shaking ass in the background. Distracted. My bad. No, it's pretty cool. I get noticed quite a bit. People asking for pictures. It's the only pet peeve I have is when people like follow me around and they don't just come up to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the craziest fan story? Did you ask that one or no? Craziest fan story.
Craziest fan story. So there was like a group of probably 16 girls that followed me around a mall for like an hour.
The aura of this man. Fuck.
And yeah, so they just followed me around, and then waited till like the very last minute to ask me for a bunch of pictures and stuff. And so that was probably the craziest story.
Honestly, that's a pretty good night. I mean, a little overwhelming, actually, with that many people.
What is the worst date you've ever been on?
Well, the worst thing is I don't get taken on dates.
Ever?
Like, I've had boyfriends, but they don't take me on dates.
What do? They just kind of like...
They just tell me to come to their house and watch a movie.
Did the relationship start like that, or did they start out like taking on dates and then it like switched up?
It started like that. Our generation's fucked. It's all right.
So what would the ideal boyfriend look like to you? And better question, what would your ideal date look like?
Like, physically or like...
No. Like, what would like a date look like?
A date? A nice dinner, like, so you can talk to each other, and like just walking afterwards, you know? Cut off those calories, people.
Love that.
What makes a girlfriend material?
Definitely like her morals, for sure. You know, who she is as a person. Because like, you can find a lot of pretty girls, but they might not be it, you know, when it comes to like their morals, and they're just that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah, so we're not looking for anything superficial. We're looking for someone that we can life partner with. A good relationship, not just a fuck buddy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know?
She's from Mexico. What is it like growing up in Mexico?
It's way different than here. My grandma took in a greyhound, and it had 9 babies. My grandma like takes in cats, dogs. We have like an entire house for them, like a little pet house. Oh, and I almost fell off a donkey once.
That's quite a story. What is like a cultural thing about Mexico that you could teach me right now? Well, alguna cosa que yo no sé.
No
Dije en español, vamos a ser culturados aquí.
En México casi no muchos se visten así porque no es bien, no se mira bien.
Ok, bueno, entonces es más fancy.
No, ni eso, nada más es que las personas se cubren más.
Sí, es más, ¿cómo se dice?
Es más religioso también.
Sí. Modesto.
Sí.
Ok, yo no sabía eso. Gracias.
De nada.
Obviously, you do filming and everything like that. What would you say to the younger generation, especially with the new age of you can make content online?
Honestly, if you have an idea, post it. Don't be embarrassed or afraid, because like anything could blow up, especially nowadays with all the platforms. Like, just post something, and who cares what people think? Who cares what people say? They're always gonna say something, you know. So.
It's very valid. There's always going to be a hater, so if you end up never trying because you feel as if you're never going to get that one positive comment, it's kind of fucked up. You should kind of try.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, boss.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, you miss every shot you don't take. So.
Hey, this guy's a poet.
I am.
I appreciate you, G.